here. Sorry about this. My new phone there are glitches with the new phone. I'll blame it on the new technology. So it's about the Quebec Immigrant Investor Program, and I'm not sure how familiar you are with it, but I know you're traveling with Bruce Ralston there. And my colleague's working on a story, and the question is, in 2016, Christy Clark said she was working with the Quebec government to ensure that the applicants to the program stayed in Quebec instead of coming to BC and spending their money here. Do you know if there have been any efforts that your government has done to ensure that this so-called loophole has been closed and applicants stay in Quebec instead of coming to BC?
Not that I'm aware of. Bruce isn't here at the moment. I'll certainly raise that with him. I do know that in a broad range of files that I've asked Bruce to manage, immigration is a key component of that, and we want to make sure that the programs that are in place are meeting the needs of British Columbians first and foremost, and that there are not scammers or others who are taking advantage of access to Canada and to British Columbia.
In your travels so far in Asia, have there been concerns raised from groups that you've met with about your government's potential action in the budget coming up around potentially closing down opportunities for foreign investors here in the housing market?
There hasn't, I expected to have those discussions, Richard, but it hasn't been a subject that any of the government officials that I've talked to have brought up, nor has it come up when I've been meeting with individual businesses and various sectors. We've been focusing on tourism, forestry, getting more wood products into the Asian market, and ensuring that we've also got a very huge potential in agri-food. This community, Seoul particularly, has a huge appetite for clean BC agricultural products. But on the housing file, I had anticipated opportunities to raise the issue, but quite honestly, the officials that I met with were focused on energy, clean technology, and carbon emission reduction. So it just never came up. But certainly we'll have a comprehensive plan in the budget that will be apparent to everyone, whether they be in BC or around the world.
Thank you, Premier.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you, Richard. For everybody else who's going to ask a question, please note that it will be only one question allowed per person because due to time limitation. So our next question here is from James Fong from Tsingtao. James, please go ahead.
Hi, good morning, Premier.
Hello, James.
Hi. I missed the first part of your introductions. So I would like to know what agreements and opportunities that you have signed or discovered in your tour in Guangzhou and Beijing.
When we established the framework, the agenda for the mission, I made it clear to officials that I didn't want to just roll into town and sign documents that had been prepared before I arrived, unless they were meaningful to British Columbians. So the focus of the trip has been on establishing relationships in Guangzhou. I met with Governor Ma, who has, we, as you know, have had coming on to a 20-year twinning relationship with Guangdong Province. In Guangzhou, we've had a 30-year relationship as a sister city with Vancouver. So it was, at the officials level, it was more about establishing relationships, advising them of a new government in British Columbia, and talking about our objectives back home as well as into this market. But in terms of meaningful interactions with decision makers here in Asia, particularly in Guangzhou, it was a climate action roundtable led by Deputy Minister Fazil Mawar, who is currently responsible for jobs, trade, and technology, but in the previous government had been working at the Climate Secretariat. So he chaired the meeting, and we had a vigorous discussion about the value of BC wood as a building product. And then, of course, we moved on to issues like the Ballard fuel cell, which has been developed initially in British Columbia and being manufactured on a scale here to reduce emissions. And what was exciting for me, James, was to see, and I said that in my introduction, the scale of China. In Guangzhou, there's 16 million people. Beijing, 20 million people. And the cars everywhere, and the desire by the central government to reduce GHG emissions is sincere, significant. But when you hear the scale of the changes, when we think of our market and our modest impact, it really is staggering. So I was trying to find opportunities to bring back home to businesses and thinkers in the community about how we can take the challenges here in Asia and turn them into commercial opportunity for us in British Columbia.
Thank you, Premier.
We also signed an agreement with WeChat, which you will know is a very significant social media platform in China. And the other big opportunity, of course, is the 2018 is the year of Canada-China tourism. So there are increasing numbers of flights a day or a week, rather, into